We're talking about the Atlanta Falcons and Dan Quinn. Really, we should be talking about the owner, Arthur. What's his name? Arthur Blank. It all comes down to him. I don't know. It's not like the Falcons don't have talent on the field. Um, this is about more about Malibu's Most Wanted because during this little thing, I was eating a macadamia cookie, and I had to think about Malibu's Most Wanted, um, which is a pretty good movie. You guys want to check a movie out? Malibu's Most Wanted. It's funny. Um, what about the Falcons? You know, what's wrong with them? I mean, they got Julio Jones, they got Calvin Ridley, they got Todd Gurley, they got no defense. There's no defensive line. There's no front seven, five, or three. There's no offensive line. There's no blind side protection. Um, Dan Quinn is defensive minded coordinator. Shanahan's not coming back. Steve Starkanian, or whatever his name is, I don't know what happened with that. It's just horrible, horrible, horrible. And they go to the Super Bowl, give up the biggest lead ever. They give up the biggest lead ever to. Now you think about it, they lost to the Dallas Cowboys. How you going? We can't win a game. Dallas can't win a game, and all of a sudden, they lose to Dallas. And Matt Ryan, is he capable of winning that Super Bowl? No. Is he capable of going to the Super Bowl? Maybe, but he should at least go to the playoffs. He's a competent quarterback. He's got weapons. Julio Jones is the best receiver in the league. Todd Gurley, he's a shell of himself. But if you got the best receiver and a competent quarterback, I'm sure you can get about 60 to 70 yards on the ground from Todd Gurley. Maybe a touchdown here or there. Some fantasy points, maybe 12, 15 points, which is his fantasy points what he's been averaging, throughout these games. But you go down 0-4. There's no let up in sight. The Falcons aren't one of the worst teams. They're middle of the pack road. I expect them to be like 9-7. They won't be. I expect them to have a shot at making the playoffs. Every year I say, you know what, Atlanta could make the playoffs, and they never do. They don't get hot. I don't know what the thing is with Matt Ryan. Whatever. Whatever you want to say about the Falcons, man, just blame Dan Quinn. Whenever I'm doing something and somebody asks me about the game or call me about the game or ask me anything sports, I just randomly take a screenshot of Dan Quinn and send it to him. That's the league this year, and that is Dan Quinn. He should be fired. Is he a good defensive coordinator? Maybe. Maybe they just drafted well. Maybe this all comes about Pete Carroll. Maybe Pete Carroll's the truth, and Pete Carroll keeps continuing on, and they continue to win. They continue to make the playoffs without Dan Quinn, and Dan Quinn was there, and now Dan Quinn's somewhere else, and he's not doing anything. So, I don't know what to say about him. I really don't. I mean, just fire Dan Quinn. You had to fire him after they lose to Dallas. It looks even worse now. After Dallas got ramrodded by the Cleveland Browns. It's just like you lost and when you could have just picked up the onside kick. I don't understand it. And there's a litany of teams waiting to take their shots at the Falcons. They're just waiting to go down there and beat up on the lonely Falcons. There's no buzz around the city. Atlanta is a buzzing town. They should be good because they live in a major media market, which is Atlanta, Georgia. We all know about the TNT studios down there and all that. And the hip hop community. They're a major media market. And the Hawks are rarely ever any good. And you got to go all the way back to Joe Johnson with his perfect waves. And Josh Smith when they were not good, but they made the playoffs. And the Falcons, they're good enough to make the playoffs, man. You got Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Todd Gurley and Matt Ryan. You should be able to, they just can't stay out of their own way. I think you take the tread off of Todd Gurley and just run him until he's a shattered, beaten up person of himself. And this is the NFL. To get that check from me, if I was Arthur Blank, I say, Todd Gurley, you got to run it about 25 times a game till that knee goes out. Anyway, I'll try to be better, man. Best and YouTube. Thanks a lot.